All right, this is our question 113 in our 150 Python questions series. So this is about number input validator. So let's create an infinite loop using while true. So while true, try to read an integer input from the user and store it in variable a. So a equals int input a number. If successful, break out of the loop. Continue with the next one. With the next code. Break. Except value error. The input is not a valid integer. An exception is raised. An exception value error is raised. In that case, print an error message and prompt the user to try again. Print, this is not a number, try again. Print. Okay. Now this is one solution, then we have one more solution to it. Okay. The same code, like same but different code. So define a variable x and initialize it with the float value 1.23. So x equals 1.23. Check if x is an integer by using the is integer method, which return a Boolean value. So x is integer. Print a message to indicate that we are checking, to indicate that we are checking if x is an integer. Print check if x is an integer. Print the result of the check for x being an integer. So print x int. Define a variable y and initialize it with the float value 1.0. So y equals 1.0. Check if y is an integer by using the is integer method, which returns a Boolean value. Okay. So y int equals y is integer. Print a message to indicate that we are checking if y is an integer. So print check if y is an integer. So the print the result of the check for y being an integer. So print y and okay. Then we have one more solution to it. Like there are like three solutions to it. Okay, so solution 3. So let's define a variable x and initialize it with the float value. And with the float value 1. So x equals check if x is an integer by using the is instance function which returns a Boolean value. X int equals is instance x int. So print a message to indicate that we are checking if x is an integer. So print check if x is an integer. Print the result of the check for x being an integer. So print x int, define a variable y and initialize it with the integer value 1. Y equals 1. Check if y is an integer by using the is instance function which returns a Boolean value. Okay, y int equals is instance y int. Print a message to indicate that we are checking if y is an integer. Print check if y is an integer. So print the result of the check for y being an integer. Now print y underscore int. Question 113.py. And now let's run it. So let's say we input on number 20. So false sacrifice and integer true. Here we have the output. All right. See you guys with another question, another video.